What's up, y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T, and this is my rundown and thoughts video, and I'll be covering SmackDown live on this September 10th, 2021. As of this recording, it's September 11th, uh, almost midnight. By the time I post this, it'll be September 12th, but I finally just got around to it. A lot of wrestling to watch, a lot of things to catch up on this week, and Fridays is packed. You got not only SmackDown, but you got Rampage, you got other things. So, well, let's just get on before this video turns into an hour video, and it might, just might. But let's talk about it. It opens up with a tribute to 9/11. I remember where I was. I arrived at work. And I looked on the TV and the squad room, and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, is this a new movie? Is this a new action film that's just come out? Is this the trailer? And then I'm asking these guys, what is that? And they said, no, it's happening in New York right now. But that was like the replay of the first thing, and then all of a sudden I see the second one plane hits. You know what I mean? And I could never take that out of my head, and I could never ever like forget that. But WWE, they do a tribute to 9/11. And when we came together, remember that? We were all united. We didn't care about race, color, creed, religion, anything like that. 20 years later, and we couldn't be more divided. With people stepping on and spitting on and burning our beloved flag, our American flag. Nowadays, they do that. And then kneeling during our national anthem. That's why I don't watch any fucking sports out there, because it's all horseshit. WWE, the one thing I give WWE and other wrestling companies is that they don't do that. They don't disrespect the flag. They don't do anything like that. Because I guess they know that we're there to be entertained. We want to watch a sport. We don't want to be preached to. We don't want to be told what your problems are when it's like, you're in America, you know. You try doing that, what you're doing right now, these certain people out there, try doing that in the other countries, and you'll be taken out back and handled. Here in America, you're allowed to do that. That's fine. Go ahead and do it. Doesn't mean that I gotta agree with it. And all I can think is people just forgot. They just forgot. And then I love Pat McAfee when they talk about he saw some hole of asses when describing the terrorists who commit the ultimate terrorist attack on our country. And I say bravo to Pat McAfee. Now let's move on. Michael Cole, not Adam Cole, but Michael Cole says that it's 14,425 fans in attendance at MSG. Pretty impressive. And then the Bloodline opens the show, and the Bloodline runs WWE, and so then they run NYC, and MSG says the tribal chief. So he says to MSG, acknowledge me. And they actually do. Now, Brock's music hits, and man, does he look like a beast. All jacked and sending vibes of, yes, I am a monster, and I am not to be fucked with. He looked like as big as the damn stage walking that damn, you know what I mean? He was just all broad shouldered. He looked like the Hulk, just walking down the rampway. And he makes his first appearance. Actually, is revealed by Cole that his first appearance on SmackDown in 2 years, and he goes right up to Reigns, and even laughs off the Usos as they get in between him and the tribal chief. Now Heyman asks why Brock would you go after the Universal title, and Brock asks Heyman why he didn't tell Roman that he was going to be at SummerSlam, and Reigns just stares daggers into Heyman and claim and Heyman claims he didn't know. Now the Bloodline leave him in the ring. They leave Heyman behind as raw meat for the Lion to tear into. But the crowd chants Suplex City, and Heyman reverts to his ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman shtick. And for 20 years, he was the advocate for the reigning, defending WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Oh, I was waiting for Brock to attack. But first he says, oh, that was great, Paul. Like old times. But before Reigns fires you, accept my challenge, please. What challenge, says Heyman. Brock says he shot my shot at Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And then as Heyman hesitates, Brock says, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. And then he counts it down and hoists Heyman onto his shoulders. And I'm thinking he's going to get the probably the best, F5 that we have ever seen. But then he is met with a Superman punch. Reigns just comes out of nowhere. But Brock hoists Roman on the shoulders. Then the Usos hit super kicks, but Brock shakes them off and connects with a dual clothesline, dropping both Jimmy and Jay. Then Jimmy and Jay are introduced to Suplex City by its mayor. And the bloodline retreat, and Brock is left seething and boiling in the ring. How is it going to end? Is Brock going to get himself some more? We'll find out as the program goes on. After that amazing opening segment, we have a run-of-the-mill multi-man tag match that's announced. Now, first, Kayla asks Heyman if they accept Brock's challenge. Heyman is appalled, and the tribal chief will give his answer when he deems it appropriate to answer Brock Lesnar. But onto the 10-man tag team match, and Zayn introduces Trae Young. Who gives a fuck? He helped us Hawks knock off the Knicks in the playoffs. I don't give a fuck about the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. What else? Racing, the Indy 500 thing. I don't. I used to. And this guy's here for what? For what? Now, it's King Nakamura, Rick Boogs, the Mysterios, and Mr. Money in the Bank Big E against Apollo Crews, Sami Zayn, Otis, and Rudin Ziggler. I thought it was going to be the Alpha Academy, but then I saw, Gable was in his warm-up gear or something, and okay, I don't think he's going to wrestle. Now, Trae Young, he gets involved. He's, as Rey Mysterio's draped over the damn second rope, he's pulling him down. Ref sees him, ejects his ass, and Zayn's team should have been DQ'd. Shouldn't have they been DQ'd? Somebody interfering? You know what I mean? Like, the guy technically is a guest of Sami Zayn. He's in his corner, so he's like a corner man, isn't it? But then again, he did eject him, so that's good, because who gives a fuck? I don't know who you are, and I don't care. This is wrestling. This ain't basketball. I'm not watching the NBA. Now, we see double 619s and a big ending on Sami Zayn, and Big E's team wins. And then Kayla asks what is Big E's next move. He's in the ring, and Kayla E is not gonna tell his specific move, But he does have his sights set on all the champs, and he promises that they will feel his power. As he says that, how he says that. Now, Bianca Belair in the house, and she will sign the SmackDown Women's Championship contract with the man, Becky Lynch. Now, how does this go? Is it predictable? Does the tables get destroyed because one of them goes through it? Do they attack each other's abilities or say how much better they are? Now, Bianca respects Beck, as she says, as a competitor and a new mom, but the one thing is she respected how she didn't run from a fight, but times have changed. Becky, it seems that she's been ducking Bianca week after week. Sometimes she'll just walk off. Nah, I don't have time for that, or I don't want to give you the title shot. But then, she signs a contract after assuring us that she will win her title back. Lynch walks down the aisle with glasses on and a red fur coat. Is she Hollywood now? And announces herself as the original WrestleMania main eventer. Yeah, that's true. But in this kind of industry, it's about what have you done for us lately. She didn't main event WrestleMania this year. Who do some people going to remember? Bianca did, along with Sasha. And Becky goes that she knew that she had Belair's number because of the starstruck look in her face, and delighted to share the ring, with Big Time Beck. And I could not agree more. I was like, when I saw the match, I'm like going, why is Bianca smiling like that? And then Becky goes, so you can be a fan or the man, says the man. And Bianca was too busy, in my opinion, being a fan. Again, couldn't agree with her more. Like, I understand that because she didn't know that she was going to be her opponent. So she's like, but it's like, she should have been like, okay, what's going on here? Yeah, she should have had the wheels in her head turning and going, okay, why is she coming out? Is she going to challenge me? Why is she coming out now? This is my time, you know. I'm defending my SmackDown Women's title. That's what she should have been thinking, you know. And Becky says there is no shame in buying a ticket and sitting out there with the regular people. And she is ready to give her a title shot, maybe even tonight, and beat her in 20 seconds. You know, it's like 20 seconds before when she beat her at SummerSlam. She thinks, I'll beat you tonight in 20 seconds. But we won't know, says the man. But we won't know, says the man. But what if she didn't sign it? No. Pierce is like, what do you mean don't sign it? Same thing with Bianca, you know. You know, maybe she doesn't want to. But then Bianca says sign it over and over again and the crowd joins her. But Becky reminds the crowd that when she was at home, they were chanting, we want Becky. That is actually true with these fans. They're very, very fickle and they're very, very like the latest flavor. It's like they were doing that. And then when she comes back, look how they're treating her now. You know, that's what she's trying to bring up, you know. She's all talking about I came back, you know, last minute notice and beat the champ in 26 seconds, says Becky. And this is how they treat me. You know, she left her baby at home and they're favoring a flash in the pan over her. And then the EST chants ring out and Becky ends it by saying, fine, I'll sign it, but it will end the same way. And who's looking forward to this match? You know, I like Becky and I absolutely love Bianca. So we'll see what happens with the match. You know, see if Bianca wins the title back. You know, Becky Lynch has it a mere month. So I don't know if Bianca's gonna win it, though we'll see. Now, Edge versus Rollins 2, a SummerSlam rematch. And it's been over 4,000 days plus and 11 years total that since Edge wrestled on SmackDown. I believe, didn't he wrestle one more time before he gave up the title on that night? Or did he just give the title up that night? I'm trying to remember. But, you know, it's been that long. It's been that while. We all know. Now, little side thing, we see, and I'm thinking, so is Knox and Shotzi relegated to offering rides to people backstage like they did to Heyman? You know? What happened to them? They won one of those number one contender matches, right? Then they weren't given a title match. They beat the champs twice. You know, it's like, they, you know, Knox and Shotzi? No, we're moving on. Yeah, but he won twice. Nah, who cares? We're moving on. You know. And then we see Paul Heyman get spooked or shocked. You know, you know, then Kayla, because Kayla seems to be popping up like weeds wherever she's at. Boop, boop, you know, to get right in his face. And she's looking for an update from Heyman regarding Brock's earlier challenge. Well, after the Usos title defense against the Street Profits, Reigns will give his answer, says Paul Heyman. But is it a yes or is it a no? Heyman leaves us with a cliffhanger because he told Kayla everyone likes a cliffhanger. And it turns around to see Mr. Money in the Bank, who laughs like a sadistic clown. Every time he turns around and you see Big E, he's holding up the damn briefcase and laughing maniacally. And because he knows any minute I can pop this on you. And he even said Bobby Lashley, he might go over to Raw, pop it on him. So if I were to be a betting man, it'll probably be Lashley. Because they're saving, Reigns for Lesnar. But we'll see about that as the nights go on. Now, but this going back to Edge and Rollins too, the match is good. You know, a lot of back and forth and offense from both men, and they're looking to put an end to this storied rivalry. And I personally want to see it end too because it was fun while it lasted, but it's going to start getting to that point where it's going to start getting stale, you know, and like stale bread after a while, you don't want to eat that shit. You're just going to throw it out. It's like with this, enough already. Now, Rollins hits a glam slam. Not one, but two. It gets a near fall. Rollins needs to not to mock Edge by using his wife Beth Phoenix's finisher. You know, he's constantly doing that, trying to get under his skin. And then we see, again, Rollins goes for the execution. Edge's move. He does go for a pedigree, but it's a no. But Edge tries his luck at the pedigree and hits it successfully. And then Rollins delivers a buckle bomb, and I hate when he does that, knowing he has injured men with that particular move. And then it's just like, why do you keep doing that? And he did it with Edge. He did it so high up, like it's almost like, did he want to seriously break his neck again? Does he seriously want to hurt him? He hurt Finn. Before that, he hurt Sting. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does WWE continue to go to that? I guess they got confidence in him, I guess, but I hate seeing that move. I really hate it. And then we see Edge hit a spear, and I thought it was over. Edge is then on the receiving end of countless kicks to his skull. Over and over, Edge seemed unfazed, and he kept sitting up. And then Rollins yells out, "Why won't you die?" And he hits a final super kick and delivers a stomp and gets the pinfall victory. Now, this is the thing that stuck in my head, and I wonder why. It's like, why is the stomp the move we had to fear for Edge? Like, hasn't he sustained more damage to the back of his neck before? I mean, geez, man. And why is Rollins acting all remorseful in the end? Like, I'm sick and tired of that horse shit when he does that. Like, he'll sit there and he's sadistic and he knows what he's doing. It's not like his character is like he was in a damn psychiatric ward for being psychotic and his personality changing and all that stuff. It's like he doesn't know how to feel. Like he said that when they were putting him in the ambulance on Edge. It's like fucking annoying. How, it's annoying, how he acts like he knows what he's doing, and then he flips the switch and does what he does. It's like, why do you do that? Like, are you trying to be like that character that, like, what's that? Well, is he gonna start putting on makeup and start turning into the Fiend, or start turning into like a sadistic character? He doesn't know what he's doing because he has an alternate ego, that alter ego thing. It doesn't work because he knows what he's doing. He's in the ring laughing. He's precisely going after the back of his neck. Like, it's, come on, man. Come on there, writers. You can do better than that. He looks stupid when he does that. He looks dumb when he's like, oh. Like you see him in the ring when after the match, and he's in there, and you see that turn in his eyes, and his, you see something clicking, right? Like, I'm like, you know what you were doing. It doesn't work. It does not work. It's ridiculous. I'm like going like that, but it was a good match. It was. Was it better than the one at SummerSlam? I don't know. Don't think so. But hopefully this is it. But then again, how they left it, Edge is going to come back again, or maybe somebody's going to come in, maybe Rey Mysterio, and go after Rollins. They have a history. Remember back when they were doing the whole thing with his daughter and his wife, and and Dominic and all that shit. So we'll see. Now, Reigns backstage in his dressing room, and he hypes up his cousins backstage and asks Heyman about knowing Brock was at SummerSlam. Like, he asked him again, and then looks like he didn't even have an answer again. Like, if you didn't know, you didn't know, right? But let's move on to the final thing here, and it's the SmackDown Tag Team titles that are on the line. The challengers are the Street Profits. The champions are the Usos. And we see in his dressing room the Tribal Chief looking on, and at least Heyman isn't bent over with his face in Reigns' face staring. Like, he's still staring, but staring from afar. But as they make their way down the rampway, they kind of stop midway. Heyman is reverting back to staring intently and practically looking at him like he's in love or something. Like, I know, if I were to think about it, I know that he's doing that because he's staring. He's in reverence of his tribal chief, and he has to stare. The one that I don't get and I don't like is when he is bent down and he could see, and the way Heyman is built, he's not in shape. Nobody that's his size can sit over like this and look like this the whole time without his back giving out. Like, he's looking at like this. Like, there's one point where I hate when he does it, where he's like this. Reigns' face is right here, and he's like this, looking at him. And is Reigns comfortable with that, or does Reigns not get annoyed? Like, because when they're at a character, does he go to think to himself, I don't like doing that, but I get that's the character. He has to do that, but to me it's annoying. Like, who's not annoying when he see Heyman doing that? It looks stupid too. But we see like an Uso splash on Dawkins, and I thought, hey, that's gonna see the match won for the Usos, but not at this moment. But then as the Profits are on the verge of winning the titles after Montez Ford hits the frog splash. Reigns interferes and locks on the guillotine. He cinches that in. He has Ford in that, and he puts him to sleep. Now, Reigns does accept Brock's challenge after taking the mic, and he vows to smash him as soon as he smashes Finn Balor, who he's going to face at Extreme Rules. And then the demon, Finn Balor, appears. Hear the music, the smoke. We see Finn Balor rise from the ashes, if you will. And for the first time he appears for the first time on SmackDown. Didn't realize that. And then he goes in there and he stares down the Universal Champion. But he does look at Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman backs up. He looks at the Usos. They kind of back up a little bit. But Reigns is calm, cool, and collected. He's just sitting there looking at him like this, going, this is the what do you call it, huh? This is the demon. You know, like he's just looking at him. He wasn't phased. And why would Reigns be phased, right? This character that he is. If he was phased and all that, I'd be like, why are you phased? You're the tribal chief. But at least they let him stay that damn calm, cool, and collected, because that's his character. You know, oftentimes he does not run from somebody. Yeah, I could see him go like this, like, whoa, what's going on? Because he wasn't expecting the demon, right? But here you are. If you back him in the corner, like Cole says, you know, then the demon will appear. You know, that alter ego of Finn Balor appears. But my question is that, is there, you know, a loss of the aura and the the effect of the demon? Because the demon used to only appear at pay-per-views. When it was NXT, when he was there, he only brought out the demon at takeovers. Takeover London, he was Jack the Ripper. In Texas, I believe he was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he was Leatherface kind of thing, right? What was the other incarnations that he did? But they were amazing. And then when he had that feud with Seth Rollins, that's when it really started being like not so special anymore, because he showed up on a Raw or SmackDown? He showed up. I guess it was Raw, because they said this is the first time on SmackDown that the demon has appeared. And after that, it was just like, why? You know, I was thinking to myself at work today. I go, what they could have did was they could have shown little signs of the demon showing up. A little bit of paint here, right? Maybe you see some of the paint appearing on his arm, you know, and then as the weeks go by, he's almost covered, you know, like that. Maybe he's in a hood or something to kind of cover himself up. And then at whatever the pay-per-view was, I forget, he would appear as the full demon. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or just like a little bit of makeup or something, traces of the demon coming through kind of thing. Because like almost like his alter ego is breaking out. He's trying to get out. You know what I mean? But then fully expose him and show him at the pay-per-view, not on SmackDown or Raw or whatever, you know. That's the thing they did wrong, you know. But it's good to see the demon. It puts a little bit of more of a different aspect. I mean, what do you call it? A different spin on the match. It's not going to be just, oh, here you go again with him and Balor. It's going to be him and the demon. So that gift just give a kind of they kind of flip it a little bit, you know, flip the script, if you will, and it's the demon now, not Finn Balor. But like I say, I enjoyed this edition of SmackDown better than last week. Not a lot of missteps. I like how they handled the contract signing. The 10-man tag, you know, I don't like multi-man matches, you know, but you know, it wasn't bad. Same time, you know, I could have watched something else, you know, another match or whatever, you know, but okay, whatever, you know. And you know, just it was, you know, it was okay. The evening was it was fine, you know. SmackDown, you know, better than last week, like I said. And there's nothing in my mind but positivity. You know, I guess Big E is infecting my mind with positivity. Got to be positive, right? But anyway, that's my video for my rundown of thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown for September 10, 2021. So for those of you who stopped by and checked out my video, I appreciate it very much. I thank you very much also well. And in closing, as always, take care.